It's just so funny how we always talk about how, like if somebody's talking about aliens, nobody questions these people, and it's like, you can only say anything you want to say, right?
Yeah, right. Just make up some.
Like if you're telling a story of you being abducted, you can say whatever you wanted, and I mean, yeah, we can question you, but I mean.
And like if I said they had 2 eyes, or if I said they had 3 eyes, which one is more believable?
Yeah, right. So yesterday I was with a friend, and she was talking about how she was reading an article about some biologist who studies Bigfoot, and he had a list of things to do and not to do when you
time-tested procedures.
Right, and I'm like, what? Like, how? Like, this guy's been around Bigfoot this long that he knows.
He knows what Bigfoot likes and what he does. What makes him uncomfortable. What makes him tick.
The first one was don't yell.
Dude, whatever you do, don't yell.
No loud noises. Don't startle him.
Oh, hey, big guy, what's up? Like, right? Don't yell.
Don't yell.
I feel like that'd be true, like, of any, like, giant animal, huh? Like, if you startle.
I guess that's any animal, right? Don't yell. So, I can see that.
All right.
Even humans, right? Don't yell.
Yeah, if I'm at the bank and somebody turns around and asks me the time and I go, oh! Like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea. It's not gonna... Interaction is not gonna go well.
Right. Do not give him drugs or alcohol. He's
a recovering addict.
I didn't even think of that.
He's an AA. Man, he's a fucking coke fiend, dude. Whatever you do,
do not offer him drugs or alcohol. But I guess that goes for any animal, right?
Yeah, like if you see a turtle, please don't give it coke. Please don't, or alcohol.
Right, you give your cats drugs or alcohol?
No, I don't. Even when I smoke, like, I try to blow it away, and if it hits them a little bit, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh, really?
I feel so bad.
Do any of them like the smell of weed?
I don't know. Like, when I smoke, they don't leave, or like, they don't really care. But if I'm blowing it in their, like, if I accidentally blow it in their face, they don't like it. They'll get up and like, what the fucking, they'll sneeze and they'll leave. Like,
I've heard people tell stories of their dogs who like it, but every time I've smoked around dogs, yeah, sometimes most of them will leave. If not, some will stay there. But yeah, definitely they don't like it.
All the people that are like, oh yeah, they like it. It's just you're just drugging your dog on purpose, and he's just like too weak to leave.
Yeah, I've heard people say
he likes it.
That they come up for it, but yeah, I don't think an animal would naturally. So I think Bigfoot falls in the same category. I don't think he would naturally.
Yeah, he's like gonna be like, damn, bro, let me hit that. He's gonna be like, fucking leave. Right?
And if you did come up to him, if you did make contact with him, yeah, would you crack a beer for him or?
Yeah, like a shot. Like if it was you and Bigfoot on this podcast, what would you offer first? A Coke?
Water. Something natural.
There you go. That's how you get on his good side. And he's like, yeah, but where's the good stuff? No, I was told not to offer you any drugs or alcohol.
I know my Bigfoot etiquette.
That's funny.
Do not bring out tech. Do not bring out your phone or anything, because he can sense it, and that'll make him either disappear or your phone will not work. That this guy was saying that Bigfoot has some kind of connection.
Telekinetic powers or something.
So that, yeah, like he says he disappears in plain sight, or disappears from plain sight, or yeah, your phone won't work in his presence.
That makes sense, because like in the movies, like everyone's phone stops working, and it's because it's Bigfoot's out there. Is it really? That's why, like all the horror movies, like fuck, I have no signal, and like it's because Bigfoot's out there.
Right.
Man, I've even Have you heard that joke by Mitch Hedberg? It reminds me of that, where he's like, yeah, all the pictures of Bigfoot, they're always blurry, and he's like pixelated and you can't really see them, and he's like, and that's extra scary to me. Like, there's just this huge out of focus monster roaming the woods.
Yeah, right. Is he naturally out of focus?
That's what
Yeah, supposedly, yeah, this guy was saying that's why there's no pictures of him, and that's why.
Because they're like, oh, where'd he go? And he just
Yeah, or
gone.
your phone doesn't work, or, yeah. Which is a good cover up, right?
Where does he go when he disappears?
Yeah, right? He's behind you. Or he's drinking your alcohol. He goes there.
Fuck, he found my stash.
The nearest ice chest. Do not feed him or offer him food that's high in preservatives.
He can't handle that.
I don't know.
He gets a tummy ache. You give him like a McDouble.
Right? Oh, yeah, no McDouble, no chicken nuggets.
Okay, so like, you can't offer him that, but what's more important is don't give him alcohol. Like, that's even worse.
That's even
right?
worse, yeah.
Okay. So if he needed something and all you had was heroin and triple cheeseburgers, just give him the triple cheeseburger.
Maybe the meat. Give him the not the cheese or the bread, but give him the meat. You could lick the meat first. Take off the.
You can lick the
spices,
the onion, and the ketchup off the meat. Nice.
And he also said, "Do not leave balloons around or give him balloons because
balloons
because he might choke on the."
What the fuck is he eating balloons?
Right? I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say that if it pops, it'll startle him.
Right?
No,
yeah.
because he eats them. What the fuck?
You can, however, you can watch and observe quietly. That's allowed. Smile and wave hello, but avoid prolonged eye contact.
Ah, okay. You'll take it as like a challenge.
I don't know, or come on.
Next thing you know, you're getting fucked by
drunk Bigfoot.
full of triple cheeseburger Bigfoot.
Oh, right. Yeah, you don't want any of that.
Yeah, you don't want any of that. Yeah, so it seems like most of these tips are just to avoid getting fucked by a Sasquatcher.
So this guy's probably been raped.
All he knows a thing or two about.
Raped by the
Whatever you do, man, don't do these things.
Avoid prolonged eye contact.
Oh, now I'm glad. Like, next time I see Bigfoot, I'm gonna be smarter about it.
You can say hi and then just
like a real quick, like a Disney princess, like a.
I acknowledge you and be on your way. There's no alcohol, no drugs here.
Everything's cool, no preservatives.
Keep moving.
What if I give him like a
Hitler?
Do you think
Hi Hitler?
Do you think he'll fuck you up because he doesn't tolerate racism?
I would think Bigfoot doesn't tolerate racism, right?
I would think so too. He seems like a man of like a morale.
Yeah, for sure.
He's definitely got conservative values.
Yeah. Old school, right? He doesn't sway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can feel free to leave fresh veggies or fruit.
So he's more of an herbivore?
That's what it says. Or unless... No, yeah, I guess so, right?
Maybe that's just his favorite.
Right? It's more natural.
Like, he'll eat a steak every now and then, but he really likes mangroves and apricots. And
blueberries. And do not stare at his feet.
Oh, man. That would have been the first thing I did.
Right? Like, is he really
Look
big?
at his feet. Like, yeah, he's real self-conscious about his feet. He hates how we call him big. Yeah, don't call him Bigfoot.
Call him larger foot.
Larger foot. Perfectly normal sized.
Proportional
Proportional feet.
Yeah, but that's hilarious. Like, who's questioning this guy? He can just go write that. Like his word is.
And like, how did he know not to do that? Like, he fucked up. Like, oh shit, I gave him
preserved Bigfoot. Oh, he doesn't like it when you call him that.
It's actually pretty insensitive of you to mention his feet.
Yeah, like you're saying, what you gave him a cheeseburger one time, and
And you fucking just went ape shit. And
he was gassy.
he was
all night.
gassy. And he was like, "Fuck, dude, what did you give me?" Oh, dude.
You're like, man, it was either the Coke or it was the.
That's all I had on me, man. I had cocaine in this pocket and a double cheeseburger in this one. I'm sorry. Yeah, who makes up these rules?
Right? Who makes up these rules?
I would have
Do
just.
people even know these rules? Like, if
I
you-
didn't know these, so I'm glad to know now. Hopefully, the rest of you learn now. Like,
And you think these same rules would apply for like an alien or a chupacabra, or do you think?
right, like an alien, like don't look at his big head or something, right?
For sure, don't give him drugs or alcohol.
But if you do have Coca-Cola, he'll take one.
Diet Coke. Or,
Diet Coke. He'll take a diet if you don't have regular. But don't give him no Coke Zero bullshit. You don't need that.
or hot Cheetos, definitely
Oh,
not.
Cheetos. Now, what kind of alien are we talking about here? Some of them like hot Cheetos, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, right. Yeah, like you said, like all the cryptids, like Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster, the Yeti, Mongolian death worm, all that bullshit. Like
Jersey Devil.
the Jersey Devil, the New Jersey Devil, or the Jersey Devil. Yeah, all that. Like you can look up, and yeah, there's always like an authority that tells you about it and what not to do and what to look for, and it's like, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah, exactly. How do you know? How do you know?
That guy should be interrogated. Like, where have you been?
What gives you the right? Right. Like, or if you're the first one, you can call yourself an expert. Like, I think we got rules around our robot here, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's a reason why there's no toasters allowed at the shop. Even microwaves and air fryers is cutting it close.
Cutting it close.
But toasters, definitely no toasters.
No talks of Chat GPT.
No,
Right,
we can't even just that was a little crossing the line. Like, no.
Sorry.
Fuck, it doesn't. Noah has to wear closed-toed shoes at all times.
So I guess we're kind of experts in AI.
Yeah, right. Yeah, AIs are very jealous of other AIs. We've learned that the hard way. A few dead dogs and slashed tires later, and we're like, all right, we get it.
They don't like their robot name and they want to be called.
Oh man, I'm not even gonna mention. I'm not even gonna give you the pleasure. What about like with Loki? You ever notice like stuff like where like you've learned like, okay, I need to do this or I can't do that, like I guess based on his personality or just the fact that he's a dog, or because there's definitely stuff with my cats that I've learned like that.
No, he's pretty well. Yeah, I guess it's. He's kind of the same as Bigfoot now that you think about it.
All the same rules apply. Don't offer him coke.
Yeah, same rules that apply to Bigfoot.
He might choke on balloons.
Yeah. Don't stare at his feet. Don't make eye contact.
Oh man, I've grabbed his feet before. You know, he kind of doesn't like it. So now I can see he kind of trips out when I grab his feet. I know how to think about it. My cats too. They hate when I look or touch their feet.
So
Definitely no balloons.
Right?
I don't offer them drugs.
Are they cat or are they big feet?
I don't know.
If there's more than one, is it big feet or?
What's the plural of Bigfoot? Big feet.
Or Bigfoots?
Bigfoots are big feet.
There's a bunch of Bigfoots. Where I saw a bunch of big feet.
Big feet. I like big feet.
A pack of big feet, or a pack of Bigfoot. A family? No, he would be a family, huh? A family of big feet.
A family of big feet.
I like that. You think the big feet out there have ever seen an alien?
You think aliens would be more likely to contact big feet than humans? I want to say yes.
You think somewhere there's a Bigfoot fighting an alien?
You think the reason we don't see aliens is because the first one looked at Bigfoot's feet?
It made eye contact,
And made-
but it didn't really. It's just his eyes were so big, the Bigfoot thought he was making eye contact.
And the Bigfoot got mad, so in order to, like, as an act of, like, peace, the alien gave him Coke. Like Coca-Cola. Because we all know aliens love Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
But it's full of preservatives, so it just started a whole war between big feet
And aliens.
and alien.
Damn, probably.
That's probably why.
And then because the technology of the aliens would make him a natural enemy to the big.
Okay, yeah, so like an alien coming would automatically break all those rules on accident because they didn't know.
Right, on
They
accident.
looked at his feet, offered him preservatives. They probably offered him some kind of like space drug.
And any kind of technological advantage he would have would not work on the big feet. Thus, it would be a matter of brute strength, and we all know.
We all know who's winning that one.
Right?
Damn.
Big feet 1, alien 0. Huh?
And that's why we haven't been visited since. So should we blame big feet for our lack of like contact with other civilizations, or should we thank them because they're keeping them away and keeping us safe?
Thanks, big feet.
Thank you, big feet, for keeping us safe. Damn, the
Right?
savior we never knew we really needed. Wow, I have a whole new respect for big feet. Wow, I'm gonna start leaving like veggies, like bowls of veggies, just in the woods, like as a thank you.
Yeah, in the woods, right? Thank you, big feet.
No, thank you. Proportionate feet.
Right?
Right,
Not-
keeping the earth safe.
Thank you, not too big, not too small.
Not that I was looking at them or anything.
That's enough talk about this big feet. We can always come back to big feet. I'm going to find out more information on it.
Yeah, I don't want to offend our Lord and Savior, big feet.
Right?
Proportionate feet.
And I want some praying hands. Some praying feet.
Oh, like hairy praying feet that are proportionately
All right, who
sized.
says they're hairy? I guess it would be hairy.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I like hairy feet. My feet are kind of hairy themselves.
I saw Insidious 3 yesterday.
How was it?
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was really good. You seen it?
That's the one where they have the tiptoe through the window and like the very first one, right?
Yeah, that's
And then where like she looks
what
at
was
the
that guy's
dude,
name? Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Are you a fan?
Oh, I'm a big fan.
Are you
That
a
guy's
fan?
fucking awesome.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Oh,
hell
man.
yeah.
We should have a Tiny Tim off one of these days.
He even has the other one, the living through the sunlight, living through the moonlight, having a wonderful time. Oh yeah, I love Tiny Tim.
Yeah, nice.
I play that when I fuck.
So the cats know when Tiny Tim's on.
Oh, dude, my cats. I've had
When Tiny Tim's on.
when they hear Tiny Tim and smell patchouli, it's time to leave the room.
Or stay.
Oh man, I've had a couple moments where I guess we'll call it mid-coitus, and I feel whiskers in my asshole, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Whiskers. Write that one down. That's one word.
Damn, he caught me. How many have you got so far?
7.
Right? 7.
Damn. You're getting close.
Me and Toe, that's the one thing this guy's good at.
Just keeping up with the
Or cats.
oh my cats. I just know one day you're gonna find out, and that's the damn minute. Like it's like Bigfoot. Like I'm gonna disappear, and like, all the phones are gonna stop working. Like K-Pax. Like why was he ever really even there? Wow.
He's riding off to the sunset with all the big feet.
It's like a twinkle in the sky. Remember that with Insidious, I liked the first one a lot until the end. I don't spoilers. It's like 15 years old already, right? I don't know how old that movie is. 10 years old, but at the end, doesn't he like they put him to sleep and he goes into like that spirit realm type of thing?
Yeah.
Right? I thought from that point on it was super corny, and that's when I was like, "Oh, this movie is dumb." Like everything before,
Where he's able to navigate, because it's about astral projection.
Yeah, and like he's in this world, and like he can offend some of the big feet of their world. He looks at their feet and they get mad. And after that, I thought it was kind of corny, and so I never bothered with the second or third one.
Yeah, I never saw the second one. I didn't bother. I thought the first one was really good, just because. Yeah, it's more about astral projection and other demons in that realm.
Yeah, like that was kind of cool, like that idea and everything. But I just didn't like the way they pulled it off.
The way they make him like able. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was corny. I don't know what about it, but I just thought the way they showed that like
plane.
Yeah, that plane was kind of, I didn't like it. But I guess the idea was cool.
So yeah, my next question is: do you believe in astral projection?
No.
No, at all?
I don't. I mean, I guess I'm willing to change my mind. Like, I didn't used to believe in lucid dreaming. And I stated that at the beginning when we started this podcast. And now I do. In fact, I had a lucid dream the other day.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember it clearly. I remember it. Like, I've been thinking about it all day. I had it not last night, the night before. And I've been thinking about that dream for, like, 2 days.
Yeah, what was it?
Man, it was a weird dream. It's a lot.
Wouldn't that be a form of astral projection?
Well, because in astral projection, you're like, you're like affecting a reality, right? Like you're out there, like in the real, not in the real world. Well, what exactly? I mean, I think I know what astral projection is, but like, how would you define it, or what would you say makes something like an astral projection?
Okay, well, I guess there's two types. Yeah, I guess there's one where you can kind of, you're either asleep or meditating, and I guess your consciousness can kind of come out of the body. And I've heard stories where it can float around and it's still observing this world.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
yeah.
I've heard others where you're conscious and able to control your thoughts and movements, but you're like in the astral plane or a different world.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I guess lucid dreaming would be kind of a form, because you're obviously conscious of yourself. You're aware that you're dreaming, and you're able to control.
See, I think it's just like when you're lucid dreaming, I think it's just all in your head. I don't think you're like you're.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think your consciousness is separate from your body. I think we're all. It's just everything. Like it's your consciousness is the. What would you call it? Like the sum of all your senses and your body and your everything. So like I don't think your consciousness can separate from your body. And then I on top of that, I don't think your consciousness could separate and then go like see other parts of the world and like different. I don't believe in any of that. So I think when you're lucid dreaming, I think it's like you're conscious of it and you're aware, but it's just all in your head and like it's just
that's what I'm saying. But there could be another plane or in your head, and obviously that's kind of what a dream is, right? It's a different.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
It's still of you,
but I don't think that means like that plane exists outside of your head. I think it's just you.
But yeah, because anything exists outside of your head.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I do think stuff exists independent of us and everything, but yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, lucid dreaming is a trip, and yeah, I'm on board now. Like it's for my whole life, I didn't believe it, and I was a staunch like
what
that doesn't
made
exist.
You like obviously you're in a dream, not conscious or not aware, and then something happened that made you aware.
Yeah, like there's something that happens in my dreams all the time. And at first, it's just my dream, so I don't even think twice. And when I wake up, I'm like, oh yeah, that was my dream. But it's happened so much, and us talking about it and me thinking about it so much that now when it happens in my dream, like I notice it and I'm like, wait a minute, like this is happening. Like I'm
nice.
dreaming.
What is it?
I can't walk properly. Like every time I'm dreaming, if I have to run away from something or run towards something or do something, like it feels like I'm heavy, and like it's like if I have like a disability. And the one that caught me in this recent dream is, and this is part of it, if I'm on the ground, like on the floor or laying down or sitting, and I have to stand up, it's almost impossible for me to stand up without someone's help, or I have to grab something and like pull with all my might just to stand up. And then I realize like that's not normal. Like and then that's when I realize, oh, I'm in a dream.
Damn, what does that tell you subconsciously?
I don't know. That something's holding me back, maybe, or. But yeah, that happens to me in almost all of my dreams where I have to run or take off or get up or do some kind of physical activity. It's always extremely difficult, like to the point where like people in my dream are like, dude, hurry up, like you're taking forever, like come on, you really can't walk, like what the fuck? And that's when I realize like, oh man, this isn't normal, like something's going on. And then it usually hits me like, oh, I'm dreaming.
Damn. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's something that awakens you.
And it's weird because once I realize I'm dreaming, the dream starts to slowly.
And you can stand up now?
No.
You still can't?
Yeah, I still can't.
Even under your own power?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I'll try and I can't. But like as soon as I realize that I'm dreaming and I'm like, oh shit, like I realize it, everything. The dream starts to. I slowly start to wake up, and the dream gets a little bit foggy, and then eventually I wake up.
Oh man!
So it's like the beginning of the end of the dream is when I realize that I'm dreaming. So yeah, I can't be like, oh shit, I'm dreaming, and then just start flying. Like I'm still like bound by the dream, but like I realize that I'm in the dream. So I can't control it. I can't control the dream. I just know that I'm in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I'll get better at it, but yeah, I've never been able to control my dream. Or once I do, and I start to try to change it, I'm already waking up. And at that point, it's just like I'm just daydreaming. Like I'm just making shit up in my head. Like it's not really part of the dream anymore. And then but next thing I know, I'm awake.
Yeah, I'm sure the more you start becoming aware, the longer you'll stay in that space. And yeah, I'm sure you can start manipulating it. I'm sure you'd be able to stand up. I mean, that's interesting. I wonder what it means when you can't walk or stand on your own and you need help.
Yeah, it's like those dreams, or even like if I'm gonna punch someone, it's all weak and slow, and I'm like, fuck, really? Like, oh, it's like, yeah, I'm like, in my dreams, I'm like physically inept.
Sounds like you need Bigfoot in your life.
I know. I need to start worshiping the Church of Big Feet.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's
like my most recent one, I noticed it like that. Like I was on, like I went in an elevator, and the elevator went really fast that it scared me, and I sat down.
Did you let off a yell?
No, it was like fast. Like it went like stories in like a second, and I remember being like, oh shit, and I grabbed on, and I was like on the floor, and then they're like, come on, and the door opened, and for me to get up and it was so hard and slow that the elevator doors closed on me and started going back up, and I was like, fuck, and I was still barely getting up. That's when I realized, like, what the fuck? Like, how come I can't stand up? And then it's funny because, like, I woke up from that, and then I went back to sleep, and I had another dream. And then that one, same thing, I realized I was dreaming. And in that dream, I was at a party, and from, like, elementary to, like, high school, the girl I had a crush on, like, my whole childhood, in that dream, she came up to me and was like, hey, what's up? And was holding my hand and kissing me. And I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest day of my life. And then once...
Okay, how old was she in your dream?
Oh, it was second grade her. And it was 27-year-old me. No, we're the same age. It was funny enough, the party was at your house in my dream, I swear. It was, but like, it wasn't your house. Like, it was a different house, but it was your house.
Nice.
And then I remember being in the bedroom with her, and then like I'm showing her like all corny. I'm showing her my music and my podcast. She thinks I'm all cool and just giving me kisses. And she starts like, touching me and we're about to hook
You
up.
mean Toad's pod? Yes, your.
Oh,
podcast.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I apologize.
Get it right.
Yeah,
You're showing.
we know
her
how to act around AI.
Toad's podcast.
Toad's podcast that I'm luckily enough to be a guest on from time to time. And then I'm showing, and then she starts like touching me, and it feels like we're gonna hook up, and something happened, like something like that. Like I can't really move properly, and that's when I realize I'm in a dream. And it starts to go away, and I'm like, no, I was about to hook up with and I start like trying to make it up in my head, like no, then we lay down and then take our pants, and now at that point I realize I'm just awake, like daydreaming, and I'm just like, fuck, man, I'm just gonna go jack off in the bathroom. That was sad. That one hurt, like fuck.
Right.
So close, yet
So close.
so far.
Yeah, sometimes you have these dreams and something happens, and like with me all the time, I'll have these weird dreams. I can't think of one at the moment, but then you'll tell it to somebody, and then like just telling it to somebody, and then it makes sense, and then to them it makes clear sense. Like, oh, that, and you're like, oh yeah, why didn't I see that?
Yeah, but I mean, even if maybe it does mean something,
Oh, for sure, that means
or maybe
something.
it just doesn't, and we're trying to put a meaning to it, but like, because we're human, for us, like, things have meaning, so we try to put a meaning to it, but it doesn't necessarily have to have a meaning. It
I
could
saw
just
something
be,
the other day that if you have a dream and it's something that occurs a lot and that you remember, it's like your body, or like something, like almost like if you feel like you need help, like you can't do things, like maybe it's saying you can't do things on your own, or you need help with things, or like you can't get up on your own, like when you're down, you need other people's support. Yeah, exactly, support.
yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird too, dreaming about people.
Huh?
It's weird too, like when you dream about certain people. Like I dream about the same people all the time. Like all of my dreams, it's like the same 3 or 4 people every single time. I have a story, something revolving around them. Which is weird with this one, because this is the second time this week that I have a dream, or I guess in the past week or so, that I have dreams about that elementary school crush or whatever. And I haven't thought about that girl in years. I haven't thought about her in like 10, 15 years. Like I don't know where that came from, and suddenly I'm dreaming about her. Like, what does that mean? I wonder if she's out there dreaming about me. Like, oh, it's weird, that weird fucking nerdy long-haired kid in school, always talking about big feet. Like, why am I dreaming about this kid? Ugh.
Right, little second grade Xander.
I was a lady killer back then. I'd hang out with all the girls during recess.
Yeah, it's funny because in elementary, all the boys that hung out with the girls, they hung out with them for different reasons. Right? Yeah, friends like that. Like, oh, he always plays with the girls. And they grew up in there, like one of the girls. Right? Right? You've seen that a lot or no?
Yeah, for sure. But then there's always those dudes that you thought they were like that, and then later on, like,
yep,
they
like
got
that.
some girl pregnant, and then this and that, and it's like, motherfucker,
He's in deep cover.
that dude takes it seriously.
No, yeah, not all.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. There's always those kids.
Especially at the super young age, when kids aren't even really attracted, or that's not. Because I'd rather be playing wall ball and football and basketball. Like that's as a young kid, that's what. And then same thing, the girls that would be playing sports with the guys, right? They weren't there to get, right?
I know where you're going with this. That's funny.
Right, but it's
yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's always like the little cousin you had, right? That wouldn't play football with you guys, or if he did, he would cry if something happened, or
Yeah, I don't want him on my team. He's gonna cry, right? He's just,
yeah. All right, fine. Come on.
you could be their cheerleader.
Just stand there.
Like, can I really?
RENE. Go.
BIGFEET.
There's nothing wrong with big feet. BIGFEET. Well, I feel like I did that a little too well.
Right? Like, yeah, we don't.
Damn it, cover blown. Fuck, come out of here.
So yeah, back on. Yeah, we got off subject, but astral projection. Man, because I remember reading a book. Really good book.
Astral projection for dummies.
Yeah, for beginners. Astral.
Chicken soup for the astral projector.
Astral projection at Big Feet. What you need? Survivor's Guide to.
The astral projector's guide to surviving big feet.
An alien. Astral projector and his AI. You just found out your son's gay and you're ready to dabble into astral projection.
What's the next step? Don't look your son directly in the eye.
Astral projecting on you.
Hello and welcome to the mystical and fabulous world of astral projection.
The Holographic Universe was the book.
Oh, shit.
It's a really good book, and it talks a lot about like the stuff that me and you always debate on, like how people do have intuition, and like you've never heard of like a mom somewhere, her kid's off to college, and then the mom will have like a really bad feeling or something, and then she calls up the kid, and the kid's like, "Oh yeah, I was just in an accident." You never heard stories like that?
Kind of. I mean, my mom does that, but like nothing ever happens. She just call, I had a bad feeling. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. I was getting
You're 0 for 3, mom.
Thanks, cock block. Oh, but yeah, my mom gets feelings. Like she tells me that she gets feelings. Or even like when my grandma, like she'll call her and they both had the same feeling. Like, oh, we're gonna call each other. Like, oh, or something. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, this book talks a lot about stuff like that. And there's a small section on astral projecting. And a lot of it, too, is when people are, like, on the surgery table getting surgery done.
Oh, man.
They'll leave. And, man, people have said where they went to the doctor's office. And when they're telling the doctor everything that happened, you know, he's not believing them. Because they'll be like, oh, I was awake for the procedure. I saw you guys. And the doctor's not believing it, but then they'll even say something like, yeah, I floated and I was wandering the halls and I went to your office and I saw your desk.
All the porn on your computer.
And I saw all the porn in it.
Yeah, I've heard of shit like that where like they somehow like they saw things and yeah, they can.
So you think it's the story's a lie? Or what do you think?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that really happened, but.
So they're lying.
Or they're lying, or maybe they think that's what they saw.
But then, I mean, the one I saw was correct. Even the doctor was like, yeah, there's no way they would have seen that on my desk. Or
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
So either it's a made-up story, or it happened.
Yeah, I think it's probably just made-up story.
A made-up story.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't really think they would have... Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, how would they...
Right, they'd be in the girl's bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw Nurse Nancy has a mole on her, right hip, right?
Right. If you're up and your conscience is just there, you're gonna go to the doctor's office and go look at his taxes. No, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go look at Dr. Nancy's fat mole ass. So of course. Why wouldn't I?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Debunked.
Debunked. No, but yeah, I mean that book has quite a few of them, and I mean
that sounds interesting. I need to check that out. Yeah, it's like where I've heard people say like, either they're sleeping or like they're having like a near death experience or they're on the surgery table or whatever, but like they'll float up and they see themselves there. And yeah, that's so weird. I mean, I could see like you kind of. I mean, you know what you look like, so like I could see like you, basically dreaming that happens. And if you see yourself, yeah, you're not gonna be like, holy shit, like how do I know what I look like? Like yeah, you know what you look like. So I could see like you having a, yeah, like I said, a dream of you floating over yourself and looking back at yourself. But whether there's really like a spirit or consciousness coming up and actually seeing that, I'm skeptical of that.
I think the next move is for both of you guys to take surgery, do surgery.
Or study astral projection.
Astral projection?
And just meditating. Man, I mean, I think it's possible, but I think like Fakir Musafar, you know, the body, he's like a piercer, body modification. He's like the godfather of piercing and body mods.
Damn, I should be ashamed. I don't know. I'm sure if I saw him, maybe, but the name.
Yeah, as a little kid, he was really into pain, and he would torture himself to the point where he would leave his body and astral project. He would be in so much pain.
Oh, like his like mind escapes like the
His
pain
mind
or
escapes,
whatever.
yeah. And he has stories of.
Man, people say that like yeah, like it's so much and they're going through so much that they can like leave their body. Like the people that like those monks that like light themselves on fire and stuff like that. Like yeah, they and they're just there. Like they're not screaming. That they're just there. And yeah, like that they take themselves to another place. And
Getting
yeah.
tattooed, you've never experienced any of that?
Like how?
Just maybe able to zone out so that you don't feel the pain.
Okay, yeah, kind of. But like I don't think I
No, but
really
that's just,
go anywhere.
Oh, yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah,
that's
for sure.
just the beginning. You're blocking out that pain some way or another. You're showing your mind is not part of your, or is different from the body.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, because if you believe in you know, the physical body and the mind are the same. Anything happening to the body would happen to the mind. But if you're able to block it out, even if it's just a little bit.
yeah, I just think like instead of like my mind being all focused on the pain, maybe half focused on the pain and half focused on like a conversation I'm having with someone. So like it's not fully. I can kind of like block it out a little bit, but I still feel it. Like I don't.
No, yeah, you still
really
feel it.
block it out.
Yeah, but
I
it's
just kind of
not-
make it easier because I'm like kind of
Yeah,
distracting parts of my mind with other stuff.
Yeah, and that, I mean, like when I get tattooed, I honestly do prefer it to be quiet, and I'd rather not talk, and I'd rather just, like if it's a really painful area, I think I need to
Zone out. And
zone out, yeah. And when I'm talking, I can't.
So for me, I'm the opposite. Like I try to be like that. Well, I mean, I haven't gotten too painful areas. I'm sure there's. I mean, I'm having ribs and skull or something.
But no, yeah, just something that hurts. Yeah, obviously it hurts. But yeah, and a lot of people would rather talk, and the pain is less when they're talking.
Like when I'm getting tattooed, I would rather not talk. Like I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to like zone out. But people do talk to me, and I realize that when they do, and I just kind of I'm not rude. I'll talk to them back, and I'm talking. That those parts are always easy. Like I realize like, oh man, like that. I didn't even feel any of that almost because
you're in
I was distracted.
Good conversation.
Yeah. So to me, like getting distracted like that makes it easier. Whereas like, yeah, I want to like when I'm doing it, I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna focus here and don't talk to me. I'm just gonna zone out. But that doesn't work for me. Like it makes it. It's more painful if I try to do that. I think. Because then I'm just alone with my pain.
Doesn't hurt. Oh, it hurts.
I don't feel it. I'm not gay. Why are you telling? I just say it out loud. Why do you keep saying that, man?
What do you think, Noah? Tattoos hurt more if somebody's talking to you, or would you rather zone out?
Man, like that one time I was watching Dahmer. Man, like I was just watching it. It was good. And it was like entertaining.
Yeah, your mind's somewhere else. Huh?
Yeah. Man, but there were parts where it was like, oh, like I forgot I was getting tattooed, and you did something or went to an area that made it hurt.
That's when you're like, no one's not paying enough attention.
You're not listening to me.
I mean, with my leg, I don't know like how painful it is, like regarding, you know, it's only like my leg. Like I know parts of my leg, but I mean, for the most part, you know, it's like, oh, it hurts, and then you know you zone out. But I don't think the whole time it's like for like 3 hours straight. Like eventually you zone out no matter what, right? I mean, I guess some people.
Some people, yeah.
I like seeing those videos where people are just like, ah, like the whole time. Like, it doesn't hurt that bad. Like, Jesus.
I
Like,
could imagine screaming for 2.5 hours.
like crying, ah, like what the?
Do you think screaming is a way of letting that pain go or like releasing that pain?
Yeah, for sure. Because like I've said it before, I fucking hate like planes, coasters. I don't like elevators that much. Like I'll deal with like anything that moves me against my. I don't like being driven by somebody. Anything that moves me against my will, I hate it. So I've been on rides that are like hardcore, like crazy.
So you yell.
And yeah, I scream, ah!
that
and
helps.
that somehow helps. Like, because if I was just like, like I feel like I would feel worse. I'm just letting it all out. Fuck!
You yell, I'm gay.
I'm not gay. All right, I'm gay. At the end, I'm just like, oh, that was great, man. I feel so much catharsis. Like, wow, let's do it again. Feels great to let it all out, you know?
Yeah, I think when you're yelling, you're just trying to pass that through, right? Like,
it's like when you stub your toe in the middle of the night trying to get chocolate cake. You know, nachos, and you go, fuck! Like, somehow, like, it just feels good, right? Like, to just...
or when you're in karate, if you and a kid both hit each other at the same time, but he yelled with it, they always gave him the point. Right?
Yup! Point!
And then the kid that yells after doesn't.
Like, nah, that's a late yell.
Man, I was that... When I used to train in kickboxing, I was that kid. Or dude, I was already older. Like, every strike, I'd be like... and somehow I felt like it was making me stronger.
It was, right? When you break the wood, anybody that breaks wood, they yell at it. If not, they don't break the wood.
I'm not gay! Shatters. Point, Xander.
Like, gay guy.
Point, obviously gay guy.
Point, the guy with the pink boots on.
And then I lick my glove and go.
It's more of that, where that came from.
Anything worse than getting knocked out by the guy with pink gloves. Oh, fuck my face.
Your chi, your inner power. I mean, man, because in martial arts, I mean, I guess there's two sides of martial arts, but you know, a lot of the older styles, they talk about your inner, right, your chi, and I mean, you don't believe in any of that?
I don't.
Man, my first Sifu. Sifu Greg.
Sifu Greg. This guy sounds awesome. Sifu Greg.
He taught us all about our inner chi.
He showed you where to touch to really release the chi.
Right? How to get it brewing.
How to get it brewing.
Breath work, you don't believe in any of that stuff?
I mean, if it helps you physically and maybe if it helps you mentally to gain confidence and stuff, okay, yeah. But, like, I don't think there's anything beyond...
Scientific?
Yeah, nothing beyond your physical capabilities and... I mean, maybe, like, if you're confident, right? Like, I've seen people who like I thought were gonna win, the match, but the other dude was so much more confident, and this dude was kind of like, oh shit, that it fucks him up. It's like I could see that if you want to consider that like your chi or your energy, like your mental state. I believe that. But I don't think you could be like, and then just fucking slowly build up and get some like power.
Build up confidence.
Well, yeah, and just like launch the dude like 5 feet with your hand.
No, yeah, nothing like that. But no, yeah, it's like that's you're saying. It's just being able to concentrate and awaken something inside you that makes you perform at your best.
Yeah, okay. That for sure.
But yeah, I love seeing that on YouTube where it's like Chi Master versus MMA fighter, and the guy, he's literally trying that stuff.
And like they're showing him like in like videos of him in class, and he's just going like this, and the people are getting like knocked out.
But you have to know that guy. He knows he's a fake.
I guess you just buy into your bullshit for so long that you start to buy it.
No, man, I don't. Because
why would you? Because why would those guys go up against like an MMA fighter? You know you're gonna get your ass handed to you. I even saw one where the dude was doing like some shit, and it was an MMA fighter, and the MMA fighter lands a punch, hits the dude, and he's bleeding from his nose, and he's like shocked, like he can't believe that this guy hit him. Like he's shocked, like wow, like my powers didn't work this time. Like what powers does this guy have? Like he's
right, his cheese better.
Oh shit, right. And then he looks in the back and sees Sifu Greg, and he knows he's fucked. That's it.
You learned from Sifu Greg. Yeah, so this book, it goes into detail about different people astral projecting. And I mean, if it's something that has been recorded through many different cultures and a lot of people talk about it, I mean, you think everybody's just making it up? All these different cultures, and I mean, it's throughout history. And
I mean, I just think I wouldn't say like making it up, like if they're all like purposely lying or trying to, you know what I mean? But I do think we're all human and we're all subject to the same, like we want to know the unknown, and humans tend to think there's stuff like an afterlife, or there's I think we're all human, we're all subject to the same types of thoughts, and so yeah, I just think that stuff will come up naturally in any like civilization and all that. But yeah, I just think,
and that's what I'm saying, like somebody like you who doesn't believe in it, and I think the more and more we talk, I'm probably guilty too, is I think we believe a certain, like no matter what we say, we believe a certain way. So when questions and things are brought up, I don't think we see them from
like we have biases.
Yeah, for sure we do.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I try not to. Like I try to see things from different perspectives and come to a conclusion. But yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have biases. Like we all do. Like you said.
Yeah, like I'm saying, every time we bring something up, some things, I don't believe in it, I question.
And then vice versa.
Like whenever we talk about, and I mean, I'm not saying everything, but I just think the fact that we know for sure the government has lied to us. We know for sure that big pharma and businesses, they kind of run things and they manipulate us. So upon believing that, and I just question everything that we've been taught in school, or everything that most people just take for, like you take for granted. A lot of stuff you take for granted, I question. And then yeah, vice versa. Whenever, like I'll talk about, astral projection, or just anything that has some kind of, right away, you don't.
I'll question it.
Yeah, you'll question it.
Which is good, I think, because if me and you believe the exact same things, how boring would that be? Like, I believe this. Yep, me too. I believe this.
Oh, no.
It's cool. I like that we
No, yeah,
have, like,
I agree.
different-
No, but yeah, I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying how we both we believe it. Yeah, we're biased. So you can be telling me like you're always telling me about telescopes and this and that, but I'm like, yeah, but we don't have access to it, and I'm just in such denial. Like, no, all the pictures they show us of planets are fake. That's what I'm thinking, and I'll always think that.
And then, yeah, vice versa. When you tell me stuff about, like, the Bible code or something, I'm just like, nah. And then,
Yeah, and then I mean, this guy will sit there and say everything that's found in it, or yeah, yeah, exactly. Whenever you see things, it's just like, oh, it happens, or
I do think, like, I mean, same goes for me, but, like, yeah, like you said, like, we know Big Pharma does shit. We know business money runs the world. We know the government's lied. But I think it would be going too far to think, okay, that's true, so, like, everything is false. Like, I think that's...
I agree.
I think that's going a little too far.
No, I agree. But I'm just at the point where it's like I'm just saying, like, we do not have real photos of the planets. They've all been photoshopped, or they've all been enhanced. So then I'm like, that makes me think a certain way. And then and even just how everybody's, exactly, like the pictures on Mars, and then there's a little gopher on it, or there's the space shuttle, and it has a little mouse that somehow got on there. So it's like, they're lying about that. How you can't take anything they say. Like, they're just going to tell you the truth sometimes, or... And I guess the same goes for religion, because it is run by people. So
I think it's even worse, because, like, at least on, like, the...
Oh, I agree with you. Yeah, religion is really bad.
Yeah, because at least, like, with science and math and stuff, like, yeah, maybe... Like, I agree with you, maybe a lot of the stuff, and probably some of the, like, some or a lot or whatever, of the stuff that government agencies show us and blah, 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 could be fake, because... Yeah, it could be for control, or maybe they're we had the space race with Russia. Now we're having the AI race with, like, China and Russia, and
or just something that you don't question as a kid, where you're just being fed something like, oh, if we can feed them this, they have confidence that we know. Like, it gives us that power of we're the ones that tell them. Because, yeah, I mean, would you have much faith in a government that would be like, yeah, we have no idea what's out there. Oh, we have no idea what's underwater. Oh, we have no idea what's the Earth made. The Earth is...
Man, you see, I think that's a fault of people. Because, like, I think that is a good thing. To be like, you know what? We don't know. So we're not going to bullshit you. Like, we'll find out. We're trying. We're doing stuff. But as soon as we find out, we'll let you know. But right now, we don't know. But yeah, I guess people would see that like, oh, so what kind of faith am I going to have in this government that doesn't know shit? But the truth is, no one knows shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so
for sure. Yeah.
So, like, I would take that as value. Like, oh, wow, like, at least they're telling us, like, they're not trying to bullshit me with some, like, oh, like, here's a little, like, no, like, we don't know. Like, point blank, we don't fucking know. But we're trying.
Right, yeah.
If you want to study math and help us out, go ahead. Like,
yeah, I would have more confidence in that kind of government, or those kind of... Same thing with the religion. But yeah, everybody's always telling you. They're telling you, especially when a man is telling me about religion, and they're talking like if they know. To me, that's the exact same thing as...
It's like the Bigfoot thing. Like,
yeah.
How the fuck do you
know?
Like,
exactly. Or the same thing as NASA, or all
yeah,
these,
I think, like, I mean, I get it. Like, they're probably lying, but I think a lot of that stuff, I mean, it's scientists, and yeah, I think they do figure out lots of amazing things.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
But yeah, there's definitely like a limit, and yeah, we don't really know a lot about the universe. There's still so much to know. But yeah, like the same thing, like whether like obviously, like, you know, I'm an atheist, but like I don't claim to know there's no God. Like, I don't know. I have no fucking idea. If I were to bet money, probably not. I don't think there's a God, but I don't know. But yeah, whether it's an atheist or a religious person, and they tell me they know, like, how no, you don't. You don't. You don't have special powers that I don't. Like, you don't fucking know. So yeah, like that's one thing that irks me is when people say, "Oh, there's no God," or "Oh yeah, there is a God." Like, no, you don't fucking know. You have no fucking clue. Like, we're all on the same field. Like, Yeah, I don't
we're
think
all
there's-
in the same field. Exactly.
Yeah, so I think there's value in saying I don't know. I think that saying, denying that you don't know is harmful, and it's harmful to progress. Because then if you know, then we're done. There's nowhere, there's no more to find out, or no more to not find out, or whatever.
But I think for something like that, it would be the case where somebody would tell you that they know there is a God, but through their life, through their perspective.
See, that
So
but what does that mean? There's different truths for different people. I think there's just one truth out there. There's one reality.
Well, obviously not. Obviously not. How can there be the same truth if you don't believe in something and somebody does? Like, if they believe it, that's their truth, and your truth is saying there's not. I mean, you're saying one of you has to be right or wrong?
Yeah, there's either a God out, I guess, just the point, just the God example. There's either a God out there or there's not. It can be both ways. He's either there or he's not. So just.
But through whose perspective? Or
I think no matter what, it's out there. Two plus two is 4. If you believe it or if you don't believe it, it doesn't really matter.
Who
2
you
plus
are.
2 is still 4.
To everybody.
Yeah, and if you could say, well, not in my reality, that doesn't, I guess you could have that in your mindset maybe, but that doesn't change the fact that 2 plus 2 is 4.
Okay, well, how about and this is, I know you're going to disagree, but I'm just saying, what if you're some person who's prayed and meditated and lived their life according to, like they've got, they really try and know this God, they pray to this God, and they've done it for 30 years, 40 years, and maybe they've gotten some answers that they can tell you, and you're just going to say it's a coincidence. Like, who would you be to tell them that? Oh, it's just a coincidence, when you haven't walked through their shoes, you haven't studied like they have, you haven't put in the time that they have, and you expect it to come to you as easy. Just like math. If you've done 80, or not 80 years, but you've done, you've gotten your doctors in physics, and you've gotten all this information, and you've put all this time in, and you're trying to explain something to somebody, just because they don't understand it and they have put no time in it, doesn't make it not true. Or
I agree with that, but I still think at the end of the day there's one truth, and maybe you're more likely to see it or come to the conclusion of it because you studied for so long. But no matter what you believe or what someone who differs from you believes, there's still one truth out there. That's what I think. There's still I don't think there's different realities for different people. I think there's one reality out there, and we all try to understand it. And may have different understandings and interpretations of it, and everything. And no one could tell you different from what you've come to understand or interpret or all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I still think there's one truth.
Yeah, there is, but there is, but I believe being biased and being
it doesn't help.
Yeah, it
gets in
help.
the way.
Yeah, it gets in the way.
For sure.
Because when you do see a proof or something that just kind of sparks a little question on it, it can be dismissed as coincidence or...
Yeah.
So yeah, I do believe we're strong. I do believe we have the power of astral projection. But this movie makes it kind of weird. And I don't know if you can bring things back like Insidious, or you can, I don't know.
Or affect things, maybe.
Affect things. Yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to affect things. Like if I can astral project and then go open the door. I don't know about that.
That'd be cool. It's like I'm like a sad non-believer. I don't believe in it, but man, I wish it was true. It sounds cool. That sounds awesome. I would love to live in a universe where we can astral project and do all this crazy shit and the consciousness leaves her. I would love that'd be sick. I'm down. Like most people that don't believe are like, no, I'm glad. I wouldn't want that. No, I'm sad. I'm like I want that.
Put some time into it.
Yeah.
Nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy.
I mean, I'm willing to try. Just like I don't think it's gonna lead to anything. But like I'm willing to try. But like if I had to bet money, if something's gonna happen, I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean,
because I do think like the more you believe, the more you kind of like make it happen. Because like
exactly, and I think that's where it starts.
But not because like it's real and like you're more in tune. More like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you keep doing it, you realize it's not a coincidence. Like, that's what I'm saying. You're so easy to believe that any little thing you give power to, like.
I just think, like, the stuff from this, like, the Western world, like, we're more likely to see that stuff. But then people, like, in Taiwan, their spirituality is a whole different thing. And it's so, like, it's almost like you're gonna see what you already believe. Like you're kind of just like forcing not forcing it upon yourself, but like if I'm all about Bigfoot, when I go into my spiritual zone, it's gonna be Bigfoot. Or if I'm a Christian, it's gonna be something Christian related. Or if I'm like Buddhist, it's gonna be something Buddhist related. So that's another thing that kind of makes me think like, oh, like it's just whatever, like it's like a bias, like it's whatever.
No, yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. So when you see something, to you it's science or coincidence. When this guy sees it, it's Buddhism. When this guy sees it, it's his chi. When Sifu Greg sees it, right? No, exactly. Everything's seen. That's why I'm saying like everything is seen through your perspective, and it takes a lot of deep. Oh yeah, it takes a lot of studying, just like anything else. Nothing comes easy. But yeah, I'm just saying, to me, having some kind of creator and having a spiritual part to us makes sense, because that means at the bottom level, we're all equal. We're all the same. Like whether somebody's born into money, whether somebody's born in smarter, on earth things aren't equal. And I just think that the fact that there's a creator that's
makes it a level playing field.
With whatever inside of us, your ability to search inside yourself is something everybody has that ability to do.
I could see that, man. Wait, now that you mention that, I don't think it's a level playing field.
What?
I think everything, like
inside or outside?
Both. I think the world is cold and unfair.
On the outside, for sure.
Even on the inside, like how?
No, because on the inside you have your inner thoughts. I have my inner thoughts.
Yeah, but some people are smarter than others, more intuitive, more creative.
Exactly. No, and I think that has to do with the outer. But I'm saying, as far as the inner goes, you make sense to yourself. You make sense to yourself just like everybody else would make sense to themselves. You know what I mean? There's no.
I do think the inner is depends on the outer. So like. Yeah, like.
Yeah, because you would. Well, I'm just thinking you would be thinking or contemplating things to your own ability.
Exactly.
There's nobody there to judge you on the inside.
No, yeah, for sure. But like, you don't think like maybe like the inner thoughts and the inner evaluation and everything of like Einstein is better than like, I don't know, some construction worker that doesn't do anything and all he does is that has no. You don't think he would have
Was he here earlier today? The first guy here.
Like that guy. Compare your inner thoughts to that guy's inner thoughts.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But to him though, through his perspective. He doesn't know the different perspective, so it's all he knows.
Yeah,
Just like
he's
it's-
just ignorant. He's just dumb. That sucks. Like,
He would definitely yell at Bigfoot and offer him a line of coke while he's staring in his
nice
eyes.
big ass feet. And that's why they call them aliens.